Would you call this person Dirt? Dirt went to the store.
I think I would.
Would you send that person to a men's prison or a women's prison?
First he'll be in the men's prison, then in the
Maybe
women's.
he'll do half his time in one, and then she'll do half her time in the other.
2.5 there, 2.5. That's a good idea.
Or maybe they just will get away with it completely because there are no non-binary prisons. That's the way out! So apparently, Sam Brenton, who says drag queen nuclear scientist, this person actually identifies as non-binary, right?
Yeah.
He's in charge of the United States Department of Energy. Oh. Do you remember that whole thing that happened a while back that people went crazy about? And they were like, why is this crazy person working for the President of the United States and working as a scientist? And my thoughts on that was just like, who cares a shit what he looks like? If he's smart, he's smart. But now, bitch, has been caught stealing a woman's luggage from the airport. It's a felony, apparently. I didn't know that. To accidentally steal. Like, we don't know if this person actually stole it on purpose or we don't know yet.
I know.
But apparently Marcus did know, because 2 weeks after filming this video, Sam Brenton has been accused of a second theft. And now he's been fired. But now this person faces up to $10,000 as a fine and up to 5 years in prison. Now my question for you guys is, which prison are they going to be sent to? Wait, their head is definitely enlarged there as a joke. That's definitely not what their head looks like. And if it is, I feel bad saying.
I think he'd be safe in a men's prison.
You think?
I think so. I don't know if anyone would want to touch that.
That would be valid if they don't wanna. I mean, he's gonna go to a men's prison, that's for sure. I know the world is crazy right now, but I don't think we're that crazy that we would send this person to anything other than a men's prison.
I don't know about that. I think this world's...
I think we're this crazy.
Maybe I'm optimistic or naive. Who knows?
He'll probably get released under bail reform laws.
Good behavior.
Yeah. He'll get released for being a trans woman of
non-specific identity, whatever it is.
He's not even a woman, he's non-binary. So that's extra privilege points. They don't know where to
That's the way out.
He's free.
You can literally just identify out of going to prison.
Yeah.
And
well, that is privilege.
It is privilege. This is white. That's.
Yeah. Hello, I'm not Magpie, I'm Tal, but I can explain. So Magpie's pronoun set is it, bug, dirt, they, right? It and they are used normally. So its name is Magpie, the sweater belongs to it, and it was going by itself. And then their name is Magpie, this belongs to them, they were going by themselves. For Bug, it would be Bug's name is Magpie, the sweater belongs to Bug, Bug was going by Bug's self. And then for Dirt, it would be Dirt is Magpie, the sweater belongs to Dirt, Dirt was going by Dirt's self. You can use these interchangeably in a sentence, you can use just one of them, or you can use different ones at different times.
Do you remember when, in season 10, we're both Friends Fanatics. Do you already know where I'm going with this?
No.
When Phoebe gets married to Mike, and she changes her name to Princess Consuela Banana Hammock.
Right.
And Mike is like, okay, I'm gonna change my name to Crap Bag. This person's literally telling you so that their pronouns are it and dirt. Marcus, what do you think as a trans person, a token tranny?
It's the same as what I go through. That's totally the same.
Exactly the same?
Yeah. No, I mean, this is like a game for them. It's playing pretend, which is really good and healthy for children to play pretend.
Children.
But they don't know what's reality and what's, what's fantasy.
If this child was Mike, but then you call the kid Dirt, and then what? You get in trouble for calling them Dirt?
Right.
Probably.
People like that would be offended no matter what you do.
So a couple of people might have been surprised by my transgender pin that I put on this morning. I figured it's about time that I came out and talked about my gender identity. I am trigender, which means like a triangle, I have 3 genders: male, female, and non-binary. And the difference between trigender and gender fluid is that I feel all 3 of these genders at the same time. It doesn't ever shift or change, or where I feel one gender more strongly than the other, like gender fluid tends to be. Also, I should recognize and accept that a lot of people don't see non-binary as a third gender.
Okay, you know what this reminds me of? This has nothing to do with this video, but the first thing I thought of when she said trigender, I thought of the recent story, which was like a priest who got in trouble having a threesome on the altar.
Oh my god.
Did you see this?
No, I did not.
And I made a joke on Twitter and I said the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit.
Oh no, Ariel. This video had like 130,000 likes, which is really concerning to me. And I saw videos where people like, they're my hero and stuff like that. I just feel bad for her that she follows this ideology that justifies it, you know.
We have trigender representation now.
Love to see it. Welcome back, everybody. We want to call it live show, podcast, whatever. I call it a controversial conversation. I've had the most controversial names in the game. which is why I love that Rumble is helping out with all of these. People like you, Steph, have done the research.
So I'm Stephanie Davis-Wright. I'm the founder and director of Transgender Trend, which is a UK-based organisation which I set up in 2015. And it came out of my work with parents and teachers. So my background is working, it's basically teacher training, working with parents on communication skills. So I'm author of this book, which is Communicating with Kids, and that's what my work was all about. And I came into this area through that route, through seeing stories of very young so-called trans kids transitioning in primary schools. Couldn't find any information other than affirm, this boy is now a girl. On any sort of parenting advice, there was nothing on this issue at all. I felt that I had a responsibility working with parents, working with teachers, that I spoke out about my concerns, which were, very deep concerns about what was happening suddenly. Yep. So I thought if I was a parent, I would want to know all the facts about the treatments, everything, before I took any steps at all. And there wasn't that information there for parents. So I thought I'd build a resource with all of the information on. One of the first things I did, which came from demand from parents, produced a schools guide. Some of it's based on communication, which is really tricky in a school when you've got a child saying, a child called John who now says I'm Jane, and communication with the parents as well, actually. So there's been communicating with primary kids, communicating with secondary age kids. Testimonies from detransitioners and Desista in here as well. What it did when I got it printed was it gave parents something to take into schools. And I think, if you've got concerns about your school using resources from, say, a trans lobby group, and you're not happy about it, it really helps to be able to say, well, here's
a physical thing, right? A physical thing to show them. Listen, this is what research says.
Book in the real world, yeah.
Right. I didn't fit in with the girls until way later on, which is why I'm so hell bent on speaking out with these issues because I knew this would have affected me 20 years ago if I was living.
And the problem is, when you're a teenager, you think, I'm different to everybody else. What's wrong with me? It's always like, what's wrong with me? And that's another reason for the message. No, there's nothing wrong with you. It's like there may be reasons for this. The problem now is that that what's happening online is encouraging all adolescents in that position where they feel uncomfortable with themselves, they feel unhappy, they maybe have self-hatred, are encouraged to believe that that's because they're transgender, because it's a very simple answer.
It's a supposed simple fix to a complicated question, I guess. What's wrong with me?
Simple answer, and it's a really simple solution.
Right.
And I'm always suspicious of
when it's too easy, right?
When life and people are so complex.
Like when I was even posting on, I think it was Instagram about this stream, I was looking, I just looked up detrans, and there was not one GIF of anything about detransitioners or anything about not trans in kids. Every single thing, every single GIF, literally not one was for detrans or whatever. Not like anti-trans, but to make people sit and think, or kids think about it. No, every single one was, you're loved, you're valid, you're valued, you're accepted, all these things, right? Trans rights are human rights, protect trans kids. It's always the same messages over and over again. And
anybody who questions it is an evil bigot. Exactly.
And it's funny because I got a care package in the mail from my friends over at Gays Against Groomers. I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I know.
Do you know who they are and what they do? Like, they sent me all these things. So like one of the things they sent me is stop transing kids. And
it's mostly gay and lesbian kids.
Mostly gays. And that's why I keep speaking out about it, even though people are like, you're just against trans people. It's like, no, I'm speaking out against it because most of these kids are just simply gender nonconforming, and most people that are gender nonconforming are just lesbians or gay men. And that's just how it is. This is my favorite one, Save the Tomboys. But they get so much hate, and this is all based on statistics, and it's funny because it's coming from the same people that are saying trust the science, and people like you have done the research and are promoting evidence and showing evidence. and they still don't want to hear it. So we're gonna stop there. They also filmed videos on their channel. Marcus filmed on his channel. What did we film? I don't remember. We filmed a reaction to ridiculous shit as well. Go and check that out. And she filmed a video with Marcus. She just started her own YouTube channel, so go and check it out. I'll have all the links in the description below. And other than that, I'll see you guys back here in a few days with a brand new video. Until then, I love you. Love yourselves. Bye.